Good evening, everyone. Distinguished guests on the dais and alumnus and students here, everyone, a warm good evening to you all. I thank MITAA for giving me this opportunity to read the citation of Kumar Priyadarsi. Proudly present the Distinguished Alumnus Award for 2023 to Mr. Soumyendra Kumar Priyadarsi. MIT Crumpet campus of Anna University, founded in 1949 by Sri C. Rajam, is a unique institution that has carved a niche for itself in unconventional engineering courses. MITAA has the pleasure of honoring Mr. Soumyendra Kumar Priyadarsi, an alumnus from the 38th batch of automobile engineering, as the distinguished alumnus for the year 2023. Mr. S.K. Priyadarsi, a native of Bhubaneswar, did his BSc in physics at BJP College, Bhubaneswar, and BTech in automobile engineering from MIT 1986-89. He started his career with Tata Engineering and in 1995 joined the IPS Orissa cadre after clearing the civil services exams. He effectively handled the relief and rescue management of 1999 Super Cyclone as additional SP of Puri. He has handled the challenging Ganjam district operations as SP. As SP of Puri, he has the unique distinction of successfully conducting the car festival of Jagannath Puri for 5 years. It's a national event, we all know, it's a great event. He has effectively controlled organized crimes in the Cuttack city as DCP Cuttack. Mr. Priyadarsi has effectively led the anti-Naxal initiatives from the front as DIG, Southwestern Odisha, during the peak of left-wing extremism in the state. As IG of police operations, he was instrumental in strengthening anti-Naxal force SOG, as well as creation of anti-terror force STU of Odisha state. He earned laurels internationally for his role in managing the super cyclone Fani at Puri. For his continuous significant contribution in Puri, he was appointed as Officer on Special Duty OSD to the Naba Kalebar Festival, the biggest festival of Lord Jagannath Puri in 2015 by the state government, which he conducted successfully. His role as ADG Law and Order in handling the migrant workers issue during pandemic of March-April 2020 is exemplary. His role as ADGP crime has significantly reduced the narcotics-related crime in one of the worst affected regions of the country. It's a very important issue going on throughout the country now, narcotics. As Police Commissioner, Bhubaneswar Cuttack, he has successfully managed the FIH World Cup 2022, FIFA Under 18 Girls World Cup Men's Hockey 2023. He has initiated several citizen-friendly ideas like child-friendly police station, Swagat at PS level, senior citizen dedicated helpline, etc. He has introduced many community and social policing programs like Basti Kuchala, Go to Slums, De-Addiction of Criminals' Dreams. For his dedicated and inspiring service, he has received many awards from DGP, CM, Governor, MHA and President on various occasions during his 28 years of service, including President's Police Medal for Distinguished Service 2022. He has been an outstanding student during his MIT days and was also the chairman of Personality Development Association of MIT. I am proud to say I am one of the patron of PDA. We started on our batch 1986. He has been his wife, Srimati Sonali Moganti, a telecom professional, is focusing on social activities presently and is promoting Odisha art and handloom artisans. His only daughter is doing her arts course in Bhubaneswar. MIT Alumni Association takes great pleasure in awarding Mr. S.K. Priyadarsi the Distinguished Alumnus Award for the year 2023 and wishes him good health and great success in all his future endeavors. He is lovingly addressed as Lenin in MIT. So I request Lenin to come back and address this.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time to honor our distinguished alumnus. Now I request our chief guest, Sri A.R. Unnikrishna, to present the award to the distinguished alumnus, Mr. Priyadarsi, IPS. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I request our Vice Chancellor, Professor Velraj, to present the memento to the distinguished alumnus, Mr. Priyadarsi, IPS. Thank you, sir. I request our distinguished alumnus, Mr. Priyadarsi, IPS, to address the gathering.
For me, it's a dream come true to be back in my alma mater after 33 and a half years. I express my sincere gratitude, thanks to this Institute of Eminence, Madras Institute of Technology, to MIT Alumni Association, to the family members of the founder, Ma'am Prema Srinivas, for this great opportunity given to me to connect with my alma mater after 33 years. Precisely 33 and a half years back, I could vividly recollect that day when I left this campus for the Krompet railway station to go to the railway station and to board back train to Bhubaneswar. Of course, with a decent job got from the campus in Tata Engineering. I left this campus with a very, very sweet memories, with a memory of satisfaction and contentment. I left behind a sense of deep gratitude for this reputed institute to carve in me a persona of very strong metal, a persona of professional competence, and a persona of commitment. Being from a state, not from Tamil Nadu, from state of Orissa, I still remember some of my course batchmates are there. We used to be called Kurvi. So when I realized I was a Kurvi, I really did not know. I really did not know when I can get an opportunity to be back in this alma mater. I am honored, indebted, and grateful to the MIT Alumni Association for selecting me as the distinguished alumnus of this institute. Sir, we are grateful to all the dignitaries on the dais. Honorable Chief Guest, Sri Unnikrishnan, Vice Chancellor, Anna University, Professor Velraj, Outstanding Alumnus Awardee, Sri Ravichandran, Madam Prema Srinivasan, the member of the family of the founder, Sri Senthilnathan, of course, President, MIT Alumni Association, Professor Ravi Kumar, registrar, and all others present on this stage on this glorious afternoon. I express my sincere gratitude for giving me this privilege and connecting me back to this great institute of eminence. It looks little odd. It looks little odd for me to stand here as a distinguished alumnus for the very fact that I am away from the profession. What this institute has taught me, I am away. I am a policeman. I left behind the technology, the learning to join the Indian civil services. I have something to tell to my young friends who are sitting there. Friends, life is a journey. And this journey is to be charted by you yourself. Every individual has to decide his own life journey. I too had my choice. I too had my choice of trying to be a bureaucrat. And let me tell you, I was fortunate enough to get my dream fructified, to qualify into civil services and join in Indian police service. At this point of time, I have something to say to my young friends who are gathered here. I call upon all of you to cherish a dream. To cherish a dream. Focus on the dream and ignite your mind to achieve your dream. This is not my words. This is the words of that great man whose photo is there, the greatest alumnus that this premier institute has produced, Bharat Ratna, our ex-president, Dr. Abdul Kalam, who always said that decide a dream, cherish the dream, follow the dream, ensure that you achieve the dream. Friends, my life was not a cakewalk. It was full of trials, its own trials and tribulations. I passed out from this institute, joined Tata Engineering for about almost 3 years. Then I took a bold decision. Look, little wait, that I'll write the Indian Civil Service examination. You know, I don't know, many of you may be thinking of writing that. We call it a vortex of uncertainty. A vortex of uncertainty because once you are pulled into that vortex, it's like Abhimanyu's Chakravyuha. You cannot come out. You always think next time I'll make it. But, you know, life has its own say, the final say. So I took up a bold decision to write this examination. Left the job. I am from a lower middle class family. My father was a teacher. I left the job. In my first attempt, I made some headway, but faltered miserably in my second attempt. But I'll tell you one thing, the failure in the second attempt made me muster enough courage to jump into the fray with renewed vigor. We say, failures are pillars of success. I beckon to all of you, please don't get disturbed by failure. This time in the year 1994, I made it to civil services. Of course, in fairly high rank in the country to get Indian police service, which is often considered as the second or third best service in those days. It was IAS first, police service and foreign service, one of them a second. So I finally got the success to get selected into Indian police service and was lucky enough to be allotted my own state cadre of Odisha. That was another good fortune for me. And a different life altogether started for me, and that's where I have stood here with the invitation of this MIT Alumni Association. Friends, particularly the young friends, we have sirs who have much more experience in life than me myself. Particularly for the young friends, I beckon to all of you to say that we are given an equal opportunity to become unequal. I repeat, we are given an equal opportunity to become unequal. In this race of life, we have to focus, we have to plan, we have to strategize, and we have to systematically implement. Whether we want to become a scientist, whether we want to become a professor, whether we want to become a corporate honcho, whether we want to become an entrepreneur, whether we want to become a bureaucrat. Friends, the choice is all yours. We'll all have to fix a dream I have already told, and we have to diligently and strategically work to achieve it. My dear friends, when all of us were there in this institute, information was not available to us. We used to fight to get information. We have to proceed to library to look for quality books, to read, make notes. But you people are in a different age altogether. One mobile phone can make all the data available at your doorstep. But there is an overloading of data. For you young people, I'll cite a very interesting effect. You know what is this called? This is called Dunning-Kruger effect. Dunning-Kruger effect is an effect which is outcome of overloading of information. People think, mediocre people think, because of the information available on the palm top, they are the best. So that is why they tend to overestimate. I sounded this to you. Please be creatively dissatisfied. I repeat, creatively dissatisfied with this data. Data is available to all. So how are you different? That creative dissatisfaction, that inquisitiveness amongst you will make you different from others. Otherwise, you'll also fall in the trap of that Dunning-Kruger effect. In my citation, it was told about the Personality Development Association that we are all member of. Friends, that is one thing which matters the most. I think Unnikrishnan sir will agree with that. The most important thing is communication. It does not matter how much you know. What matters is how well you communicate. Be it the written communication or be it the oral communication. That makes you different from others. What is below the water, nobody knows. What is above the surface, people only look at that. So my appeal to all of you that this is one area, besides being professionally competent, you must keep focus on developing your communication skill. Second thing, I wish all of you should be inquisitive. I remember I had the privilege of meeting Dr. Kalam on 4 or 5 occasions in the capacity of police officer. I still remember that day when I met Dr. Kalam in Baleswar on the eve of launching of Agni. I told sir, I happen to be alumnus of MIT. He was extremely happy. His question was, how is that an engineer become a police officer? I was trying to get some examples of some of my friends who are working with DRDO. If inquisitiveness is answered by anybody, the best way it was only Dr. Kalam. That is why he always called himself a teacher for kids. Addressing the inquisitiveness of a kid is the most difficult task for anybody. So, I call upon all of you to become inquisitive. Make the lives of your professors hell by asking questions. This is what is going to help you to reach your dream faster. Third thing I would just like to tell about how to manage your time. This is extremely important. Time is only 24 hours. How you manage, the plan has to be yours. A lot of books are there, a lot of literatures are there. But you are the master of your time. So I appeal to all of you, plan management of your time. One more thing which you must manage is the stress. I am working out on a research in Bhubaneswar about increasing incidents of suicides among students, even school children. I invited the authority on suicide in India to discuss and talk to us. This stress is something which you have to introspect. You may be young. See, there is a thing which you have to focus on, is to how to handle failure. Today, as parents, we never taught our children as to how to handle failure. So when our children grew, they cannot take failure. So I again call upon my young friends, learn the art of failure management. Best example is me. I failed in prelims in my second attempt. See, the first hurdle I couldn't clear, but next time I cleared it all the way. So this is something which you really have to focus. The last thing, not the least thing, is develop the habit of reading. There is no substitute to knowledge. It is your knowledge which can make you reach the zenith in your career. So please develop the art of reading amongst all of you. There are such few more things which, as a civilian, I am no more a technocrat, but which I see day in and day out. I was looking at Prema ma'am. I have been seeing it since my days of MIT. This is called the art of giving. Perhaps had Sri Rajam would not have given this great institute to this city, all of us would not have been here. Learn the art of giving. Please, Gandhiji once said, there is enough on this earth for humans' need, but there is not enough for humans' greed. Let's not be greedy. Learn from the family of Sri Rajam how to give. In this context, I will appeal to all of you, go to the YouTube. Listen to the speech of Dr. Subrata Bagchi, the founder of Mindtree. The speech, the convocation speech, he gave in Indian Institute of Science. I expect all of you to go to YouTube, hear this speech. It's one of the best speeches, let me see, like we used to talk about the speech of Steve Jobs where he spoke about connect the dots and stay hungry, stay foolish. This speech is also an epoch-making speech. Please listen to that. Gratitude. My head bows in gratitude to MIT, to MIT Alumni Association. learn to express gratitude. And next, learn to be compassionate. We always say compassion should be the rent that a human being must pay to the Mother Earth for his very existence. Be compassionate to the underprivileged. Anybody for MIT, for him sky is the limit. But please look at the people who are there on the ground. So this is something I expect all of you to be there. I've already spoken, overshot my own time. But I'll conclude by saying one thing. When we were born, we inherited a world in certain condition. But we must pledge, when we leave this world to our successor, it should be at least in the same condition, if not in a deteriorated one. That is because the way the environment is growing, the way you see the Antarctica ice block is melting, where are we heading to? Please learn to make this world more livable. I'll conclude by citing the statement of a very famous leadership guru, which was told by his father. His father said, "Son, when you were born, you cried, but the whole world rejoiced. Please live a life in such a way that when you die, you rejoice, but the whole world cries." Thank you very much. I am humbled, I am honored to receive this award from MIT Alumni Association. I express my sincere gratitude to Prema ma'am and to all on the stage for giving me this opportunity to be here, to receive the award, and more importantly, to interact with my young friends. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the inspirations and the motivations. Now I invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor R.